Alright, Circuit Dirk, take one. Alright, here we are at the Alma Studio. Chelsea Jean's in the house.
Woo woo.
Hope you all are doing great, fantastic during this pandemic. We're just hanging out here trying to learn about three-point perspective and how we should use the camera. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I need some heels.
She needs heels.
Because I'm too short. This is how short I really am.
She's too short. Oh, yeah. Shit. Okay.
Definitely need some.
Can we get a banker's box? There's a banker's box or an apple orchard in the house.
Scene one, take two.
Okay, so we've rectified that situation. Chelsea is now comfortable with her personal height.
Yeah, I'm up here now.
Thank y'all for joining in. Tonight we're gonna have some food. We don't know what it is yet. Cheese tortellini. We're gonna make something maybe. Either way, we're just testing in camera to see how it looks. How does it look?
I like it.
You like it?
You like how tall I am?
She likes how tall she is. Also,
And
I like, that's right. See, same,
Same.
but different, but still same.
Beautiful natural lighting, Rick Trace.
So check this out. We're gonna warp into this. All right, so here we are inside the Trace household. Miss Chelsea Jean's back here putting together ingredients.
What's up?
There she go right there. We're getting ready to get everything together. We'll show you everything we're gonna be using to make this dish today. Really excited to have you guys back in our house. Appreciate you very much. We'll see you soon. We're talking about doing a YouTube. Everybody said do a YouTube. So what are we doing? We're doing a YouTube. Today we're gonna do some organic ground beef we got. We're gonna make some traditional Italian meatballs, or at least how we make them in our family, with a little bit of a twist on there. We're gonna learn all about sesame oil today. Sesame oil! First thing I do every time I go to the market, go straight to the discount aisle.
What?
And then we're gonna put that with some cheese tortellini.
Shit. I already had it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was not Hollywood. All right, take two.
Take two.
All right.
Take two. So I just got hit in the face with tortellini.
Cheese tortellini. Oh.
Shit. He didn't think I was actually zooming in, but I did. So he decided to zoom in a bit more. Got hit in the face. It's gonna make a pretty good blooper. Cheese tortellini.
Cheese tortellini. We got plenty of fresh herbs here, some green onions, some other ingredients. We'll be right back in just a minute for that tester shot. Love y'all. Peace out. Welcome back. Here we are. First YouTube. I'm gonna try to make some food. Hopefully it's gonna be awesome. What I've got here is a bowl, and what I'm gonna do with that bowl is I'm gonna put some ground beef in that bowl. Today we're making classic Italian meatballs, and we're gonna pair that with some grocery store bought fresh pasta, as they call it, packaged pasta, cheese tortellini. All right, so we're gonna take this bowl right here, and we're gonna take this meat, we're gonna drop this meat right in here. And really what you wanna try to do is spread the meat around a little bit and kind of thin it out. And the reason we're going to do that is so that when we season the meat, we can do it evenly. Get our pan warmed up here using a cast iron skillet. I've had this one for many, many years. It's seasoned very, very well. I'm going to put that on medium to low heat, just start to get it warm, and drop a little bit of olive oil right in the bottom. We're going to take salt and pepper first off and season our meat. Okay, next we're going to grab some Italian seasoning, put that in here. Probably about a teaspoon or so. Generally I don't measure too much, but if you want to, what you can do is use the center of your hand. So we got about a half teaspoon there. All right, you want to go ahead and fix that real quick?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, go down first. Circuit Dirk.
Then up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right there we got a half teaspoon. Right there we got about a full teaspoon. I usually use my palm. This is a little cayenne pepper. Just give us a little heat right here. All right, then we're gonna take one egg. Like Like I said, this is about a pound of ground beef here. So we're gonna take 1 egg, put that in here. Also gonna take some scallions, some green onion, put that in here. Once again, about a 1/4 cup of the green onions there. Then next, shallot. Cut the shallot up real thin. Alright, there we go. We're just going to give this a rough chop. And take those scallions, toss those right in here. Next thing we're going to do, we've got a little secret ingredient that we're using today. And these are French fried onions. French fried onions. French fried onions. We're just going to mash those up a little bit. And instead of breadcrumbs, we're going to try tossing these in here and see how these go. The next thing we're going to do is add what I like to call my secret sauce. I use this in so many things. Sesame oil. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. Sesame oil. Sesame oil. Sesame oil! I'm gonna take a little bit of this. You don't want to use too much because this stuff is super sensitive.
Hey. Crying?
There we go. A lot of people use this as a finishing sauce, which I have most recently started to do. But using it in a marinade, adding it into raw beef to give it a little bit of that toasty flavor. You like a little outdoor grill kind of flavor? You like a little toasty seeds? You like a little toasty this and that? There you go, you're gonna use this. All right, so now we're gonna mix all this up. Now, I do not like to overwork my meat. So I'm gonna give it a little mixy here. A little mixy daisy. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some traditional roasted garlic breadcrumb, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of those to absorb some of that moisture. That's also gonna help keep this nice and moist. All right, oil's getting warm here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this moving around a little bit. And we're gonna start making our meatballs. And we're gonna start from the top of the pan. And we're gonna work our way clockwise like a clock. Reason we're gonna do that is so that we don't forget the meatball that we started with first. This is about how big we're going. Actually, we're gonna go a little smaller. I like them about this size because personally I like them tiny burgers, a little bit rare on the inside. And then by the time we get done making these, we'll be ready to turn the other ones.
And go.
All right, so we're trying to get a shot of me rolling these out. You can see them from there. And we're really trying to get a good crust on these. Putting them on the outside of the pan because the center of the pan is going to be the hottest place and they're more likely to burn there. And then after you fill them all the way around, you can use the center for the last one. You want to keep them spaced out as well because if you crowd the pan, the moisture is going to steam them, and we don't want to steam them. All right, there's our last one. Keep an eye on those for a minute. There we go. Now we're going to turn them. Grab some tongs out of here. And hope the first one's not burned. There we go. Here's these little tongs actually. I'll tilt the pan. Move my grease around a little bit. Also, gonna tag this one time. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're going to keep flipping these. You see that one in the center is getting nice and toasty. These guys probably need another minute. Roll this grease around in here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set our oven to 400 degrees. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn up the heat a little bit. Alright, and what we're using here is just store-bought cheese tortellini. You might have noticed earlier from in the show when I threw it at Chelsea accidentally. Cheese tortellini.
It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I am solely and completely responsible.
So we're just going to use this store-bought because it's the easiest thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and get our water started. In the pot here, I'm going to put about that much. They say 4 quarts. I don't even know if I know what that is or not. Anywhere I still see just a touch of color on these. Now we're going to put it into the 400 degree oven for about 10 minutes or so and let these finish off.
Yay! So you're putting them in at, what's the temperature?
400 degrees for about 10 minutes. All we're doing is just finishing them off on the inside.
Perfect. Got some water going on.
Ann Burrell says, you want your water to taste like the sea. So I'm going to put a ton of salt in here. And then in the meantime, I'm going to invite my beautiful wife to come over and do a shot with me. With a lid for this pot, because that's going to help us. You always want to start off with cold water. All right, Chelsea Jean, shots. All right. Cheers. Go team. Go. All right, so we're gonna set an alarm for 10 minutes or so.
That.
Now he said sick'em boy, but what I heard was chopper sick balls.
Just a kitty, I bet.
Just a dog.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and open up this container here. Like I said, we're just using the store-bought cheese tortellini. So when I take this out, a lot of them are going to be stuck together. I've tried at times to take them apart, but really what you want to do is try to just let them fall apart. I'm just going to put them in this little pan here. I'm going to try to just break them up by touch with my finger. And if they're willing to come apart, they're willing to come apart. You don't want to try too hard though, because if you tear them, then you get messy water, and a little cheese comes out in the water, it gets all messy, and the last thing you want is messy water. Alright, so these are being nice to me today, probably because we're doing a YouTube. Alright, perf. Set those aside. Go ahead and clean up a little bit here, get the tongs all organized. I try to keep an organized kitchen, and I fail miserably at it all the time. But my wife is beautiful and amazing, and she has no problem helping me out. What was I doing?
Pasta?
Pasta.
Water.
We are waiting for the water, and we are waiting for the sausage. So it's a perfect time for us to take a break. So we'll be right back in just a moment. Let's try that again.
Go again. Take two.
So it's the perfect time for us to step outside and take a little break. Well, at least I will. She's just gonna hang out. So we'll see y'all right back here in just about 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
I think it's even better than before, you know?
Yeah, I wonder what Great Dane tastes like, man. Ah, man. That's some heavy shit, man. Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
As you can see right there, all finished up. Got our waters boiling right here. Alright, so I like to double check the water and make sure it's not bubbling too hard, because if we're going to do something that's as delicate as these guys, these tortellini, we don't want to overcook them. Now they're only going to take a few minutes, and usually once they rise to the top and start to swirl around, that's when you figure out that they're just about ready. So we're going to go ahead and toss those in. We're going to take this tray we've got right here, and I am going to take the meatballs out of this pan. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, oh yeah, can you guess it? We're going to use this pan to make our sauce. Alright, so set these guys aside, and then we're going to grab our pan, toss it back over. Keep in mind we just pulled it out of the oven. It's going to be blazing hot. And then I'm going to turn this heat back on here. Reach in and we're going to try to give a swirl to these tortellini. Make sure that they're all separated. Put our heat started here, and we're going to grab a shit ton of butter. We're going to start with half the shit ton that we have here, which is roughly about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 tablespoons. So I'm going to split that. And I'm going to start and just warm up in all this fat and everything else that we had here from those meatballs. Alright, so our butter is slowly melting away. Make sure that our water is just boiling at a level, just a very light boil. I'm going to give it maybe roughly 8 minutes or so. And they're going to be done in just a couple of minutes. And we don't want to overcook them too much. So I usually go maybe 6 or 7 of those minutes and then take them out, let them rest for a minute, because we may decide later we want to toss them in the pan before everything's all said and done. I mean, that's the whole beauty of it, is we're just playing it how it goes together. I'm going to cut this onion, dice it up, and we're going to toss it in this butter right here that is now getting a nice golden color. We have 2 little cuts, 2 little cuts, 2 little cuts, and then straight down. That's going to dice this up for us. There we go. This is where I lose my shit. And I don't mean like losing my shit, I just mean I lost my shit. Alright, so I'm going to swirl these around a little bit. Okay, I can start to feel just with the tongs that the texture is a little soft. Cut this heat down. We're going to go ahead and dump these. Toss those in there. I like to cook this kind of dish with wooden utensils. So get this butter going with this onion right here. Keep that on low heat. Now we need to get these pasta out. Let's try to leave just a little bit of pasta sauce in the bottom of the pot, so we can add it later if we need to. Get a nice golden color. All that goodness from that sausage is all coming up there. Now what I'm going to do is go and grab a little bit of flour. And I'm just going to sprinkle some flour in this butter and these onions. Basically, I'm going to kind of just get a roux going. And that roux is going to help when I just add a little bit of this milk with all that butter. And we'll get an Italian, a real Italian gravy. This is whipping cream. Believe it or not, grocery was completely and entirely sold out of heavy whipping cream. And honestly, not sure I know the difference. So we look down here, we want to keep this going. Keep your flour going so it doesn't burn. Nice golden brown here. I'll dump a little garlic in here. Turn that heat back up. So whenever you turn the heat up like this on dairy, you always want to start swirling from the middle of the pan and work your way out. That'll keep your sauce from burning. And it'll send all of that warm sauce that's starting to reduce out to the sides. Turn the heat down to about medium. Now I'm going to reach over here and we got the good old god of cheese. I have to admit, I've got the cheater version, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Parmesan, not Reggiano. Let me tell you why. You know how I know? Because it doesn't say Reggiano on the side. So this is American made, most likely. Alright, here we go. We're starting to thick up here a little bit. See if Chelsea Jean can swing a shot of this. We'll load up some Parmesan in this cheese grater, and we are just going to load it up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just knock the heat off right now because it's warm enough. Some butter. Best time to add butter, always at the end of making a sauce. It really gives it a nice glisten. It gives it completion. It gives it a creaminess. It also allows, if you do like I'm going to, which is I'm going to add some fresh herbs to this. It really allows it to sort of tenderize them and not make them too herby. Alright, we're going to check for seasoning here. That's delicious, but it needs a ton of salt. There we go. And then it needs a ton of pepper. And then what it also needs is some more of this here Parmesan. Not Reggiano. And then we shall be ready to add our herbs. take our coriander. I like the stems in it. Some people don't. I like the texture. We'll take fresh basil, drop that in there. Some of it was just getting ready to turn, so it's perfect. We're just gonna mix all that up. Grab our pasta now. Let all that creamy sauce just come together. Alright.
This is dead.
Okay, is that one still on?
Yeah.
Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these meatballs and I'm going to nestle these right down into the sauce. And I'm just going to leave it on low. Let them kind of warm up for a minute. We'll have our presentation all together. Oh, my OCD's kicking in. Bang, bang, boom. Alright, we're going to finish this with some more fresh Parmesan. Ah, shit, Mac. Don't be so jealous. Some more fresh herb. Some more fresh basil. A little bit of finishing salt. And voila. Okay, alright, yeah, we are. We're getting a little tipsy there.
No.
Maybe I am. Well, thank y'all very much for hanging out here. This is my version right here of fresh Italian-style meatballs, brought up to date with just a little bit of sesame oil, fresh herbs, and tortellini from the store-bought place. Hook it up, get you some. I'm gonna have me a bite right now. You gotta come over and try this. Come on. Oh.
It's so hot in my mouth.
It's not at all. It's perfect.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see
All right,
you
y'all.
later.
We'll see y'all later. We gotta go have some of this. Peace.
Mm.